Hello guys, this is Selva Kumar, second year Master of Library and Information Science integrated from the Department of Library and Information Science, Manonmaniam Sundaranar University, Tirunelveli. In this video, I'm gonna cover three main things. First one is creating a pattern category. Then you would be talking about adding a pattern in KOHA LOs with a pattern category that we have added in KOHA. The final process is customizing a pattern form in KOHA LOs. So let's get into the video. Open the KOHA administration module. Here there is an option which is patterns and circulation. Below that there is a sub option which is pattern categories. So click there and yeah. So these are the existing pattern categories. Now we are creating a new pattern category. So click the new category. Yes. So the category code cannot be changed. So make sure while you giving the category code. So I'm giving the code as RS for the description for research scholar. So the RS stands for research scholar. Okay. Then we have to choose the enrollment period. So I have chosen 48 months. Then age required. If you want to fill this fields, you may fill, otherwise leave it the fields as it is. Okay, now we have to fill the required field, which is category type. So the research scholar would be an adult, so I choose adult as a category type. Then library selection, so I have leave it this field. Okay, now I'm enabling the message preference for the pattern category. So I have enable all the message preferences. So by enabling this, I can send email alerts to the to the particular patterns residing in this particular pattern category through a email. Okay, now I'm saving this. Yeah, the pattern category added successfully. So we have created a pattern category and added it into the KOHA. Yeah, so it shows here RS research scholar, type adult, enrollment period 48 months, and the messaging preferences. Okay, so likewise we can create more and more categories according to our needs or according to our user categories. So we have finished the first process by creating a pattern category. Now we are moving on to the second step or second process. Okay, click the patterns. Now we are adding a pattern in this particular pattern category that we have added. Okay, so now click new pattern and choose the research scholar. Yes, so choose and salutation, master, mrs, doctor, whatever it is, and then the required surname, surname shows and required field. So I have to fill the surname is a mandatory field. Then enter the first name of a patron. Okay, then the date of birth. The date of birth format is month and the date and year. So first we have to choose the month, then only the date comes. Okay, I have choose the date, then initial, fill the initial of a patron. If the pattern has any other names, fill it there, otherwise leave it there. Then choose the gender, male, female, or others. Okay, now we are moving to the next column, which is address, main address. So fill the main address of a patron, street number, address, city. So fill all the necessary fields which we would be needed. State and postal code, country, type the country name. Okay, now move on to the next column, which is contact information. So here fill the contact details, I mean the phone, email addresses. So primary phone number, fill the patron's primary phone number. If the patron has any secondary phone number, fill it in the second column. Then the primary email. So this email address would be saved or used for the email alert preferences. Alternate address, if the patron has any alternate address, fill it there. Okay, then alternate contact. So as I said before, if the patron has any alternate contact details, fill it there. Now the next column is library management. So this is the one of the important fields which we have to fill. Here we have to fill the code number. The unique code number has to be filled in this column. This is the one of the required fields. Okay, now I am entering the code number. Library have chosen. Okay, allow auto renewal of items. No, so I'm not allowing auto renewals. And if you want to note anything, we can give it as a note in there. And we can create the password for that particular users for accessing the pack. So now I'm creating a username. The password must be, the password length must be 8, and that should be in uppercase. A symbol has to be used while creating a password, so please remember that. Now I have created a username and password for this particular patron. Okay, and patron messaging preferences, all the messaging preferences are enabled, so this particular patron will get an email notification. Okay, then finally save the patron, click save. Yes, the pattern has been added successfully. We can see the patron details, his name, contact information, and also we can edit the patron details whenever we want it. And also we can get the stats of the users through this through the left side or options, check out details, accounting, routing list. So from these options we can get the stats of that particular user. Now we have finished the first two processes. Now let's move on to the third and final process of this video. Before initiating the third process, I have to show the pattern form, because the third process is about to customize the pattern form. So I'm choosing the I'm choosing new pattern. So this is the form which we have filled. This form has many fields which which are not necessary or not required by us, and there are some required fields such as surname. If the person doesn't have surname, what can we do? So for all these queries, we have to customize this form. So the customizing would be the solution of these problems. So let's see how to customize the pattern form in KOHA. For initiating this process, go to the KOHA administration module, click on the KOHA administration. Okay, now we are in the KOHA administration page. Here, click the global system preferences. There are a number of system preferences in KOHA, but we have to choose the patterns in particular for this process. So click on the patterns, and yes, this is the patterns preferences that we can change or modify. Yeah, there is an option which is pattern forms. So this is what we're looking for. Borrower mandatory field. So here we can change what are the field has to be mandatory while we creating or filling the form. So I am choosing card number. So I do not need a surname. So I have unchecked the surname field and saving. Okay, save. So now the card number is a only mandatory field. Okay, and likewise we can add a borrower's titles. Here we can add our salutations, or otherwise we can, if we want to remove the salutations, we can remove it here. Now there is an option which is borrower unwanted field. Okay, here we can select the unwanted fields in our form. So check all the fields which is not necessary for our form. So I am checking here. So these are the fields which is not necessary, which is not required for me to add a pattern. So that's why I'm checking it. I'm selecting these fields. Okay, save. So by selecting these fields wouldn't show up while we creating a pattern. Yes, so we have saved these preferences. Now let's see whether this process is succeeded or not. So go to the KOHA's home page and click patterns. Create new pattern. So click the new pattern. Research scholar. Yes, as it is changed because the surname field is not marked as a required field. Earlier, we have seen the surname field as marked as a required field, and likewise, the alternate address, the alternate contact information fields have been deleted from this form. Okay, so by using this method, we can customize our pattern forms. Okay, so in this video we have seen how to create a pattern category and add a pattern, and then finally customizing the pattern forms. Okay, now I am searching a pattern. Yes, so this image field was not shown while we entering earlier. Click on the add button. Okay, so click browse and choose the image file of that particular person and click upload. Okay, in this method we can add a patterns photo. Okay, thank you for watching. Keep watching until the next video. This is Selva Kumar signing off. Bye bye.